So, in light of talking about how people are kind of gravitating to using social media as a place to express themselves and heal or, just navigate through the times right now, are there any resources within social media that you use to help you heal, knowing about the importance of user controls and making sure that you're not opening yourself up too much?
Yes, most definitely. I would say that that's where I start at. I go on to social media with that intention. So that's like the number one piece of advice is that I go on to social media looking for opportunities to engage with best practices or engage socially with my mental health, right? So I go on, for instance, just more recently throughout the pandemic, there's lots of online offerings and sessions for instance, yoga, other offerings for physical health, to do painting sessions and therapy sessions with groups and collaboratives. And that's really important for me as I go onto social media. I'm looking for those things intentionally. So, yeah, go ahead.
So, how are you finding these different things on social media? And when you say social media, can you clarify? Are you talking about Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of them? Are these your friends that are hosting or showing that these things are going on, or are you actively searching for?
hmm So it's kind of all of those things, all of the social media platforms, one. And yes, it started out with a lot of my colleagues and friends who were part of, for instance, the painting. I have a colleague who has a painting business. They did the paint and tips. Their partner and I guess their husband, they have a business. It's kind of like a side business where they were doing murals and such in the city of Cincinnati, where I did my master's work. So following them on Facebook throughout the pandemic, which was their platform, they started like therapy sessions with what they call Soul Palette. It's their business. So shout out to them. They do lots of sessions with art therapy for children and then, adults. So they have two sessions that they offer throughout the week. And that's how that started. And then I was like, oh, wow, let's see how many more of these engagements I can, find on social media. So I became more intentional about that. And then I was on the platform of Instagram. Because I like to do lots of wellness and physical health maintenance. So I like to run. I don't necessarily like to work out, and I love yoga. So I was just literally searching in hashtags for yoga and Black mental health, Black yoga professionals, and Black yoga teachers. And I came across this platform or this page called Black to Yoga. And they offer online sessions daily, online classes that take donations through PayPal and other platforms such as Venmo. And that became me kind of doing a little bit of research and being more intentional on finding opportunities like that. And then lastly, I would say that I definitely don't go on all the time and search for these things. Now I have kind of like tricked, as we were saying before, my algorithms to search for these things. So when I go on, they offer opportunities. It could be ads now that offer these opportunities for me. There's options for online counseling. I'm actually participating in the next month or so on these soul care sessions. It's an individual online who is offering these for free to people of color. And I found that through an advertisement. And I'm assuming that this came up about after I was, in my search engines looking for yoga and Black mental health.
I really like it was two things that came out of what you were just saying that I really liked. And that one, during this time, you, or not just you, everyone really, but we're able to connect with people outside of our areas. So, like how you said that you came across a couple who have a painting business in Cincinnati, right? That's not your current location, but because of the way that we are now using social media, you can connect with them in a way that you may not have been able to do before.
Right.
And then the second thing that I just hadn't really thought of or made notice of, especially in these times where we're trying to support Black owned businesses, they're being advertised more. And as you just said, you can trick the algorithm to kind of show you more of these things from the people who you're looking for them to come from.
Yes.
And it's the intentionality that you were just saying, and you have to be intentional and looking for these things.
Yeah, you definitely have to be intentional in curating the space. And I want to back up with that couple. I actually do know them. Because by way of Cincinnati. However, I had an opportunity throughout that session that I joined. One of my colleagues who was in Oregon at the time joined us. And then lots of colleagues around, yes, State College in Pennsylvania, some colleagues in DC. So I shared that. And then also my sister in North Carolina. So a lot of people were interested in it and participated throughout. And it's a continual thing. It's weekly. And they, like I said, offer options for, I think it's on Tuesdays. They do a version for kids to get together because, you know, kids are out of school as well throughout this time, and they also need some therapy, art therapy. So that was really, really exciting to be a part of. But it was something that opened up this, not a Pandora's box, because it was something for me that I typically do when I go onto social media. I am intentional, as we stated throughout the previous conversation. But it opened up, like for you, how you just had this aha moment. It opened up that moment for me where I was like, wow, I actually can not only help promote the businesses, like Black businesses that I'm really, passionate about and that I actually use in my own workings and practice. But I can also participate and be, like, engaged with that community, like you said, from far away. So it was really, really exciting for me.
So all of the resources that Brandon just shared, I will make sure to link them into the description box. So if you want to support them, if you want to join them and, learn from them, please do so, because in this time, it is very important that we are being intentional with how we are handling our mental health, how we're handling our spaces, because we need to come out of this healed, like a positive light.
I agree.